So I just asked her whether, like, if a pilot is consuming protein or creatine, will it affect the medicals in the long run? So her answer was that
Hello, everyone. Welcome to India's number one pilot podcast. I am Capt.Neha and Captain Chintan. So, we both are there today. Nilay is on a layover. So, after a few days, yes, we are coming back. I was on a lot of layovers in the last month. Followed by that, I had my simulator checks as well. So, was a bit occupied there. Hope you're doing well and had a great time during your festive season in Diwali. And we are looking forward to talk about our life update and our, how did it go in the last month. And we will speak about that pilot life.
so you are quite occupied with flying lately, and I believe that is because of FDTL as well. There were a couple of revisions with the FDTL, and due to which the patterns have changed, and you do stay less in your home base, right?
Yes.
So yeah, that's a part of our life. But now, eventually, as it is in the initial implementation phase, like I think it's the part two of the implementation. So everything is, I mean,
In transition.
yeah. So it is in part two of the implementation of the FTTA rule, and everything is in transition. So I think that is why we were busy last month. I would say October and November were too busy, and we are in like mid of November. So it's going good so far.
Correct.
But yeah, a lot of layovers in the month of October as well. So if I just pull out my roster and just tell you guys what all layovers I did, you guys will be shocked. Like, I've traveled so many places,
Right.
and yeah. So I was away
So,
from home for that particular this thing.
right. How many layovers? So, how many
So
international layovers did you do?
so in the
Last
month of October, it started with Jeddah, and then again next week Jeddah, then
Okay.
Ahmedabad, then Bangalore, then Riyadh,
Yeah, we ended up meeting on
then
Ahmedabad layover.
yes, and then Hyderabad.
Right.
So this, and then at the end of October it was Doha.
Right.
So
right. Lot of
1, 2,
5, 6.
3, 4 international, and 3 domestic. So it was
Oh.
around 7
7
layovers in the month of October.
I see.
And starting November, as we are sitting in mid of November, started with Bhubaneswar, Bangalore, Delhi, Kuwait.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So already done. I think 4 layovers already done. So this is something called as roster. Okay, so we have it in our phone. If you want to have a look, you can come visit me. I'll show you on my phone. I can't share it with you. So yeah, that's about the layovers.
Right.
And I've flown to the Saudi or the Middle East. I've flown to Middle East a couple of times starting October, and now it is so familiar that it's same as flying the domestic, like all the routes and the controllers, the
Yeah,
frequencies,
Correct.
and everything is known. So earlier, how it used to be when I was training for the SLFs, and then once I got released, international flights, for me, I had to prepare more than what I used to do for domestic, because there are a lot of rules which are to be kept in mind as per
Correct.
the airport which we are flying to.
Correct.
And for me, the most difficult initially was the Dubai airfield, because it's a huge airport, a busy airport, and the charts and everything has a lot of constraints. Depending upon the weight of the aircraft, we have to change the configuration for takeoff and stuff. So that is one thing which I do additionally when I prepare for international flight. But now with experience, everything, like once you go to, let's say, the airfield couple of times, you get to know the procedure, and then you have it in your mind that this is what I'm going to do if I go
Correct.
to this airfield. You go to the weather and the note times before the flight to see if there's any changes in that particular airfield.
Correct. Correct.
So yeah, and the layovers are fun, I would say, because one day you are here and then you get to travel the cities as well
Correct.
outside India.
Right.
So let's say if I were to do any job other than aviation, I wouldn't be getting to visit so many places.
Correct.
Okay, so let's say
True.
yeah, whenever I go to Jeddah, okay, I buy dates for like my friends and family because
Right.
that is the dates you find there are really good,
Correct.
right?
Absolutely.
And whenever I go there, or no matter like any city, let's say Bhubaneswar is there, let's say Bangalore is there. So if I were not in this field, I wouldn't have gone there as a tourist as well. So I wouldn't explore that place, right?
Correct. Correct.
It's
True.
always like what you see on the Instagram, that let's say Kazakhstan is there now. They're promoting their tourism. Okay, so you just plan a vacation there. Okay, you don't go to other cities. So whatever you consume on the social media, your tendency is to go to that particular place.
Correct.
Okay, you don't explore the places which are not promoted on the Instagram.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
that's how the notion is. So that's what I feel like on layovers. Like let's say if you're going for the first time, you generally explore that city or something. And then if you go second time, then you explore whatever is left. And then if you go for the third time, you just leave in the hotel. You are like, I'm done.
Right. Right.
So
right.
yeah,
Correct. Absolutely.
that's how it is.
Right. So for international flights, basically, whenever we go to any place for the first time, so apart from that particular place, NOTAMs, or apart from the specific airport procedures, or we have to study the route as well, like
Yes,
routing,
definitely.
then what
Yeah.
are the special requirements on that particular route, if there is any EDTO routing is
Yeah.
there, or like extended diversion time operations, right? Or if there is any kind of certain things like redispatch policy, if that
Yeah.
is applied on that, or so these are the things also to be kept in the mind. So basically these are what you can need to read it beforehand, before you actually go for a flight, so that we know what are the requirements of that particular routing, how much amount of fuel will be required in case if there is any kind of reduction or more consumption on that particular route. So these are the things, and plus there are certain requirements of the air traffic services also, which are mentioned in Jepson. So that's what we
Go through.
study
Yeah.
and go through. So once you are operating on that route multiple times, then you know
Yeah.
about it. But when you're preparing for the first time, then yes, we should be going through it before the flight. Apart from that, yes, the layovers are good. If you have flown through the night, then you would definitely go to sleep
Yeah.
for a while, and thereafter go out. And depending on your next flight, you have to just keep that timing in mind, then you can even go out. In summer it becomes little challenging because of the temperature is pretty high in Middle East, like
Yes.
it goes to
45, 50.
50, which is very challenging to step out during summer. Even at night temperature is about 43. The other
Yeah.
day I had a Riyadh layover, and I was like, in the afternoon it is very difficult to step out because temperature was 48.
Okay.
So we did not go out, and then at night evening we were like, okay, let's go for a while, because next day it was early morning flight. So by 7-8 o'clock we planned to go out, and temperature was still 43.
Oh.
So went to the mall, Cheesecake Factory, and had dinner there. So
Oh, nice.
yes. So the layovers are good. Of course, it depends on timing, at what time you land, what time is your next flight. So depending on that, you can plan your rest and all. The last time I was flying with the first officer, he was very excited for a new layover, like international layover, because it was his, I
Yeah,
think, first international
initially, yeah.
layover. And then he was like, okay, after landing, I'm going out at night with my friends and all. He had some
Mhm.
friends there. I was like, okay, fine, you go. I am sleeping. So he like, and then he came in the morning. Then he slept, and as a young, if you're in 20s, then it is still okay. Like feel like
Mhm.
just exploring every place that you
Mhm.
can in that particular layover. But later on, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm old, but the priority may change
Mhm.
depending on the requirement. So yes, so that is something can keep in mind.
Yeah, initially there is excitement. Let's say I was also looking forward. Like
Hmm.
let's say once I got
Yeah.
released, I
Right.
used to check the roster. Okay, did I get an international? Oh
International
no, I have not
level.
got it. Next month again I check it. Finally, after 3 4 months, once you get certain hours, then
Right.
they
Plan for
schedule
more
you
internet.
for the international.
Correct.
So yeah, I used to look forward to that. But now, as let's say as experience is building up, so I do get it around 2 3 layers a
Hmm.
month.
Hmm. Hmm.
So now that excitement is kind of fading away because you know that you are going to
Right.
get it.
Right.
Okay,
Right. Right.
and
True.
out of our base, there are a lot of international flights, and most of the flights are scheduled during the night.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, and which we term it as red eye, the period of 12 to 6, which is
Hmm.
called as
Hmm. Hmm.
the red eye flight, or WCA list from 2 to 6,
Correct.
right? So most of the international flights depart out of our base during that time, so we have to plan our rest according to that time.
Correct. Correct.
So generally what I do is I try to get around 4 to 5 hours of day sleep for the red eye, and then once I land and again sleep for 3 to 4 hours. So
Correct.
that's how I get my 8 hours of sleep
Right. Right.
pre and
Right.
post flight.
Correct. 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 Right. So when I went on a Doha layover, I met one old friend, Captain Raghav. If you might be knowing,
Mhm.
he's there on Instagram. So I met him and his wife there. So it was really amazing,
Mhm.
to meet them after so many years, because I was not able to meet him after his marriage, and
Okay.
yeah, because whenever he used to come,
Mhm.
he used to come to Delhi, but we being in Bombay, we were not able to meet. And then when I went on a layover, so we went out for evening dinner with good, yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
it was a good experience.
So you were not able to meet in India, but you managed to
Yes.
meet up in Doha.
Yes,
That's
yes,
nice.
yes.
So I think in Qatar, majority of the people or the pilots working are from Indian origin, I would say.
Some of them, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they have multinational.
yeah, they're working for Qatar. So I think there are many Indian pilots who are working with Qatar Airways. So when I went for my layover as well, the captain's friend had come to meet him.
Okay,
So I also joined along,
okay,
and then we went out for dinner, and yeah, they were discussing a lot of things related to airline, related to wide body, because they
right,
mostly fly the wide body. So he was captain on the 787.
okay,
So discussing how different it is, and how do we transition to wide body, then
right.
which one would be better. Is it better to fly narrow body in the long run
Hmm,
or
hmm,
wide
hmm,
body
hmm,
in the long
hmm,
run?
hmm.
So all of those things we
Right,
were discussing, and
correct,
yeah,
correct.
along with tasted dinner as well.
Right, right. That's great. That's
Yeah.
nice. So it's good to meet your friends when you go on a layover, because you don't otherwise, get
Yes,
time.
and what I have also realized is, like, I do have friends in almost every city, because so I started my training in the US. So
Right.
at that flight school, there were a lot of people who were training, and they had their home in Saudi.
Okay.
Okay, so when I went last time to Jeddah, I just told my friend, yeah, I'm coming to Jeddah. Then he was very happy to
Mm.
know that I'm coming to Jeddah. So as soon as I landed and I reached the hotel, he was there with his car. He's like, let me show you around
Right,
Jeddah.
right, right.
So he took me to the old town. He made me try some local dishes, the
Okay,
Saudi
okay,
dishes. Yeah,
okay.
and then he showed me the the beach side, the waterfront. I've never been to that place, but this was all during the night.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, it was fun. And like, you don't get to visit city like locals will tell you.
Correct.
So it was a good this thing. And same with Riyadh. So last time I went on a Riyadh layover, I messaged my friend again. So he's flying there for the Flynas.
Okay.
So at that time he had a flight, so he wasn't able to come. But in the coming week, I have a Riyadh layover as well.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just drop him a text if he's available.
Correct,
Then he'll
correct,
come
correct.
meet me, and then we'll see each other after almost 5 years.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
After
because
flight
last
school.
time we went, because last time we met was during our training in the US.
Okay.
Now after 5 years we'll meet. Like after
Okay.
we have around like we're flying the 320s, and we have
Right.
around 1,000 hours on the
Right.
type.
Right. Good. Good.
So,
good. Nice.
Yeah, so that's how it is. You have friends all over the world, and whenever they come to Mumbai, they do text me. They're okay, I'm landing in Mumbai, I'm staying at so and so
Correct.
hotel. If you have
Okay,
time, you
okay.
can just come and meet me.
Right.
So that's how it's going. So I'm enjoying this life.
That's good. That's good. So yeah, how was your Diwali? Where were you?
Yes, Diwali I was home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's good.
you do get offs on Diwali as well as a pilot, but not every year. Okay,
Correct,
some
correct.
years you do get, some years you do not. So last year I didn't get an off during Diwali,
Okay.
and yeah, this year I did get an off during Diwali.
Okay.
And next year I'm not sure will I be getting or no. So whenever I got
Right,
off, I
right.
just enjoy it with my
Correct.
family.
Absolutely. Yes. So mine was last year. Yeah, I was home because I was on maternity leave.
Oh,
And
nice.
this year, no, I was in Jeddah on
Okay.
Diwali. Yes, I was on a layover. So I came after Diwali got over. So yeah. So that's okay. So generally the airline does plan. I mean, it is not definitely a proper rule, but they do, plan that a pilot gets at least alternate year off on festival.
Yeah, it depends
So-
upon the airline as well,
Of
and
course, yeah,
to some extent it depends on us as well. How do we bid for our leaves? How do we utilize our
Yeah.
Jepson bidding for the coming month?
correct.
So yeah, that is there. So initially, what we feel is when we are bachelors, okay, we don't feel the urge to come home during Diwali or any festival. We are like wherever we are,
Yeah,
we'll just
right,
celebrate in
right,
that
right,
city,
right,
okay.
correct.
But once you have a family, then every festival you would want to celebrate with them.
Correct.
That's what I saw. And
True.
some festivals, let's say Holi is there, you might be there. Some days you might not be there. So that's completely your luck, I would say. And before
Right.
choosing pilot as your career, you know about this and you have chosen to become pilot. So that's what I tell myself.
Correct.
It's a part of my profession. So
Correct.
if I get it, I'm happy. If I don't get it, I'm happy. I
Correct.
don't have a choice.
Yeah, I mean, before a family, like before I had a kid and before I was married, I did not bother or care about if I have a off day on a festival or not. I was absolutely okay. Like if I have a I still remember very amazing layovers in on festivals, like in Christmas. Once I had a layover in Amritsar and in Taj Hotel. So
Nice.
it was such an amazing buffet with a lot of variety in the gourmet and the buffet. My God, that was outstanding. It was nice 48 hours layover.
What?
And
How
It was
how
a
is that
long-
possible? How did
it
you
was
get
a
48
long
hours?
layover, and they had with nice port wine and an amazing buffet. It was part of it, and so I landed from Dubai to Amritsar. Then there was a layover, long one. Like operated Mumbai, Dubai, Amritsar. Then layover, and then next after 48 hours, it was back reverse pattern from Amritsar, Dubai, and then Dubai to Mumbai.
Okay.
So, and on Christmas Eve, I was there in Amritsar. So it was such an amazing experience. And then went to Golden Temple next day, like when there was, such a long layover. What do you do? Then took a nice spa in
Oh, nice.
Tarjiva Spa. So that was a very amazing layover. So even if you are on a layover and if you have, you know, to spend your time there, it's definitely rewarding if you don't have a family life at that. I
Yeah,
mean, if
yeah,
you're single, I
yeah.
wouldn't say if you don't have a family life, but yeah, if you're single, then it
Mhm,
doesn't matter.
mhm.
But once you have family, then yes, you would want to, you know, you would wish to spend time. Of course, it depends on your priority at that point. Yeah.
Yes. So how do you spend your time with family?
So it depends on what on a festival.
No, in
Hmm.
general, like after you became a mother,
Hmm.
okay, how is, like, is it difficult to spend time with family? Because people who aspire to become pilot, they always have this notion that I have to stay away from home. Will I be able to get uh, time to spend with my family?
So yes, I do get time to spend with my little one as well as with husband, but it is not necessary on a weekend, or it is not necessary on a particular festival.
Hmm.
It can be any day.
Mhm.
So whatever days I get, I do enjoy that, and that's what you should. You know, if you wish to become a pilot, then this is what you can. So whenever I am home, I give my time first of all to CNTAA as well as you know, to my little one, and then in the evening I take him out on a drive, or
Mhm.
maybe for you know, swimming, or in a park, or kids play area, and so this is what I enjoy, and even he enjoys.
Yeah.
So that we do, and if in case my husband
Mhm.
is also off on a particular day, and if I am home, then yes, we do go out on a dinner date or
Oh.
something. So that's how we do plan. So
Mhm.
generally, depending on of course, it is subject to what contract you take and all.
Mhm.
So considering I am on 1 week off every month, so
Nice.
considering that, at least like I am home between 15 to 18 days. I mean, I'm not saying ki
Mhm.
complete a full day. Let's say if I come home in the
Mhm.
morning from a flight, then I get that day, right?
Mhm.
So that kind of days I'm saying.
Yes,
So
and
that is
necessarily
still
those,
okay.
yeah, and necessarily those 18 days, it can be away from home as well. So you are often off on this day.
No, I'm so these many days I am home 15 to
Oh,
18.
nice.
Okay.
That's really
So
good. Yeah.
considering, let's say if I have tomorrow night a flight, okay, and I
Mhm.
come back early morning or late midnight, you can say late post midnight, okay. So next day I have kind of blank day. That
Mhm.
means you have off kind of, okay. So because you have already flown in the night,
Mhm.
definitely you will wake up late, but after that then you have that day to yourself, right? So
Yes.
I'm saying that way, otherwise no.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's around, you know, 15 days maybe I am home,
Mhm.
so that way. So that's how it is. So that is okay. Sometimes you get weekend off,
Mhm.
sometimes you may not get off. Like this month, all weekends I'm flying. All weekends I'm not home.
Yeah.
Last to last month I was home all the weekends. So depends.
Mm.
One of the month you may get,
So it is
sometimes you
very
may not.
dynamic.
Yeah,
Sometimes you may get it, sometimes you may
correct,
not get
correct,
it,
correct.
but whatever you get it, you have to walk around.
Make the most of
Yeah.
it. That's how it is. Yes.
Yes, and you do get, let's say, if you have an early morning flight, you do get half of the day to yourself with the new FTTL. So today morning I had a 5 a.m. flight to Delhi and back. So I was back home at around 12:30.
Oh, nice.
So
That's a
then
very
I,
nice
yeah,
flight. Yeah.
yeah, it's decent. And then I slept for some time, and then I'm here shooting this podcast,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then
That's
again
great.
go home, work out gym around 30 minutes, and
Right.
then sleep around 9 or 10 p.m.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then tomorrow early morning again start flying. So that's how it is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's good.
I see.
But when I landed in Delhi today morning,
Hmm.
the visibility was poor
Mm-hmm.
because of the pollution and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we could see the approach lightings around 100 feet above the minima.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was just constantly looking out and seeing that thing. And I've not been yet trained for the Cat 2, Cat 3
Okay.
approaches. So it will be done next week. So I have a training plan for that as well.
Right.
So in case I'm not Cat 2, Cat 3 and I don't see the runway on minimum, so I have to go around and maybe divert. Yeah.
Right.
So in the winters, flying in winters is challenging, I would say, because there are a lot of things to look out for. And when you don't have a visual cue, there is something called as spatial disorientation as well, which could happen. So which is one of the illusions which you will be learning in human performance. So what do you think is different when you fly during winters?
In winter, depending on where you're going, especially if you go towards north
North
of
part
India,
of India, yeah.
in that case, there is low visibility operations. Okay, if that particular airport is equipped with the higher category of ILS, like category 2 or 3, which allow you to land even if the visibility is low, if the pilots are qualified and aircraft is equipped, etc. In that case, we have to ensure the what is the destination visibility. Then we need multiple alternates. 2 alternates may be required. Then if you're going there, you will need to plan for more fuel. You'll have to fly and depart with more amount of holding fuel, because there may be certain delays because of the low visibility operations. Because especially Delhi, where it hits really badly, and in that case, if you are qualified, if you have sufficient fuel, if you have alternates planned, and if you have already checked the weather, etc., then yes, you can definitely go. You should be aware of all the low visibility procedures which are required, as well as we can discuss with the first officer if he or she is qualified for that or not. And apart from that, when you go there, then again for takeoff, there are certain procedures which are low visibility takeoff, LVTO we call it as. Then we need takeoff alternate, like for example, if in case there is any, after takeoff, there is any kind of system malfunction, and if we cannot come back to that place of departure, then where do we go? So for that we need takeoff alternate, right? So these kind of things we need to plan for, and we need to be prepared for. So
and the thing that happened in Delhi, like the
Right.
ATC malfunction, some system glitch happened.
Correct. So they call it as AMSS failure. So
Okay.
the other day, like 5 days back, there was a lot of fiasco in Delhi, where the ATC was not able to find the aircraft flight plan and where these aircraft are flying to, and they had to manually keep asking the aircraft about
Their
entire
position,
information and
yeah.
their position. So they were giving a very conventional means of navigation to those flights. So that means VOR to VOR navigation, we call it as. So if there is no radar, if the air traffic controller is not able to give you any kind of headings or vectors to fly
Intercept,
to
yeah.
Delhi or fly out of Delhi, away from Delhi. So in that case, they were giving certain radials to intercept. And so basically that is a complete raw navigation, right? So if as pilots you have to think about completely raw navigation, which we have learned in our flight school, right?
Yeah.
So the basics need to be clear for that. And so yesterday I just had my simulator. In that examiner was just simulating that similar situation when the first officer was flying. It is the flying without any kind of RNAV, basically any kind of GPS availability.
Okay.
Even along with this failure, there was GPS spoofing, which made this thing very, very challenging, because flying in such dense traffic environment with the basic raw navigation, if you are very, very clear about it, then yes, you can do it. But it is challenging for ATC as well as it is challenging for pilots because of more number of aircraft flying around. So that is something which needs to be addressed, because when there are hundreds of flights flying out of Delhi, coming into Delhi and going out of Delhi, around 2000 plus flights that Delhi handles in a day.
Yeah.
So in that case, there were about 800 flights affected that day, and
Damn.
it was yeah.
And plus, it becomes difficult because they have a lot of parallel runways, around 4 parallel
Yes,
runways, and
yes.
with that traditional or conventional navigation,
It's very
becomes
challenging.
difficult to keep a track of every aircraft's position.
Correct.
So due to
correct,
which they have to keep more separation than required,
correct,
and
Correct.
that will result in delays, and
Delays,
then
absolutely.
800 flights being affected.
correct. So yeah, that is the reason why the flights on 6th of November were affected very badly. So yeah, and that snowball effect resulted in like 4, 5, 6 hours of delay.
Yeah.
So that is, and then again, pilots FDTL, cabin crew FDTL, everything goes for a toss. So, yep.
Yes, and
So in
yeah,
winter, that
yeah.
is also one thing to be kept in mind.
Hmm.
If there are delays, then we should know that we are not exceeding our maximum duty limit. So that is one thing to be kept in mind. If you are flying at night and then early morning, if you come across this kind of delay, then definitely it's going to get delayed. So that's why at night time, whenever you're flying between 12 to 6, the DGCA has reduced the maximum duty period to 10 hours. So that's one thing they've done.
Yes, and last week also I had my medicals.
How
So
was that?
yeah, it
time?
was good. So my medical is somewhere in the month of November. So it's always after the festivals, and in festivals there are a lot of sweets at house. So I tend to eat. So October is the month I eat most amount of sweets, and then November is the month I do my medical, and after that I rarely have sweets. Like it's once a week or maybe once, twice in a week.
Right.
So I was always a bit tense that okay, I'm having so many sweets during Diwali and then the New Year, and then after a month I have my medicals. Yeah, so nothing. So what I did was like I just started to walk, and then one of my friend here started running recently. He was like, "Come here," and so I went to Jaipur just to get a 5 kilometer run, and then back
Oh
to
my
Mumbai.
God. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, why not? We have
Yeah.
free tickets, so
Right. You can travel as additional crew member.
yeah. So that's what I did. I mean, the roster was such that I had a Delhi layover, and next day I was just positioning myself to Mumbai. So I just cancelled that, took an half an hour flight to Jaipur,
Right,
and then
right.
next day again here.
Okay.
So,
Okay, Delhi to
yeah.
Jaipur is
I didn't went specially
okay.
from.
Yeah, I was thinking from
that is too
Mumbai
much.
to Jaipur for you. But yeah. So what change did you find in this particular medical from the previous one, as the certain rules related to medical have changed?
Yes, certain rules have changed for us, which is applicable is we need a medical assessment every third year of the medicals.
Okay.
So first year, second year, we can fly on the CA35, but the third year, we need a medical assessment mandatorily.
But you need to undergo medical every year.
Yes, medical has to be done every year.
And you need CA35 for that
That
medical
yes.
every year.
Yes.
Okay, and third year you
Yes,
need
yes.
CA35, and within 3 months medical assessment, right?
assessment, yes.
Yeah. So unless there is any special medical required because of any kind of requirement or something,
Then we need
whatever.
assessment.
Correct.
So that is the change, and the medical test went pretty well.
Right.
I would say there was no issue with that.
Correct.
So I'm happy that I'm able to maintain my health with whatever stuff I'm
Great.
doing, permutation, combination. So it's going good so far.
Nice. Good.
But I asked so the doctor asked me whether you have any questions for me regarding your lifestyle, how is it going? I told her that so far everything is going good, but I have a question. So I consume protein and creatine, which is whenever I work out. So mostly I do like 3 months on the supplements and then 1 month off just to filter out excessive intake or whatever it is. So I just asked her whether, like, if a pilot is consuming protein or creating, will it affect the medicals in the long run? So her answer was that just keep in mind you are working out to be fit. You are not competing for Mr. Olympia or something. You don't need to take heavy doses of creatine or protein. Okay, one scoop of protein is fine for a day, but her suggestion was get your vitamins, proteins, whatever it is, from whole foods rather than relying on supplement. Okay, so here or then, let's say, as our patterns and everything is difficult to consume food on a daily basis, so sometimes while traveling you have it, that's fine. Protein is fine, but creatine, she told, like, there can be issue and there have been issue of people who are overdoing it. So everything in
Correct.
moderation is fine.
Correct.
And let's say whatever you're getting it, make sure it's original, because there are a lot of cases where there were fake proteins and fake
Right,
supplements
right,
which is
right.
found, so which can affect the kidneys.
Duplicate.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's the suggestions he gave me, and I was like, yeah, so that's what exactly I'm doing. I'm just maintaining whatever it is. I'm not trying to get all jacked up like 120 kgs and stuff. I'm like, this is fine.
Right, absolutely.
Okay, because a profession is pilot, not bodybuilding,
Correct,
right?
absolutely.
Because now what we see is a lot of young people, let's say, who have just cleared their 12th or something, they get into this gymming thing and then they lift heavy, and
Correct.
then they, to lift that much heavy weight, you have to take certain supplements, right?
Correct.
Like, say, whatever, 200 250 grams of protein per day, and then whatever 10-15 grams of creatine. So that is a lot. So initially what she told is, initially you won't have any effects. Okay, so in the long run, if you continue taking heavy doses of this supplement, then it might affect kidney.
All right.
So just an advice, whatever you take in moderation.
Correct,
And
correct.
make sure it's pure.
Absolutely.
And this is just about protein and creating, nothing else.
Correct. Yes. You
because
can-
because everyone is into the fitness now,
Correct,
more
correct.
more into fitness. Earlier there were no such awareness for it.
Right.
Okay, so as I am a vegetarian, okay, my protein food sources are bit limited. I would say I have to eat a lot to gain that thing, so that's why I use supplement. But for people who eat non-veg, there's no such issue.
Correct. Yep. So, any questions or queries about your health or medical you have, you can ask your class 1 doctor wherever
Yes.
you undergo medical. So,
Yes,
Yeah.
and it is very important for anyone who is aspiring to become a pilot to go through your class 2 medical at least before you start your ground school, or let's say just to make a decision to be sure that you are medically fit
correct.
to become a pilot.
Absolutely.
And class 1 will be mandatory before you start your flight training abroad. So in India you do you can train on the class 2 as well, right, as a student pilot?
Yeah, you can train,
Yeah,
but before
on the SPL.
Yeah,
But
right.
it's always advisable to get your
Absolutely.
class 1 done so that you are 100% sure that you are fit to become a pilot.
Because you're spending so much amount on your flight training, so before you do that or before you spend that amount, you should be 100% sure that you are fit for this profession. So
Yeah.
class 1 must be done as soon as possible after you do your class 2. Okay, so and nowadays, since there are multiple centers, medical centers, and or I would say hospitals to get your class 1 medical done, so they have Apollo, at many places. So you can do it, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, apart from the even for that matter Indore. So all, even Delhi, they have a type with Medanta also. So at all these civil hospitals, you can get your initial class 1 done. So there is, what waiting period was there before, that
Now
has
it's not
been
there. Yeah.
reduced drastically. And the contact numbers for taking an appointment for class 1 medical is already mentioned on the DGCA website. If you want, we can attach that same in the description.
Yes, or you can just drop us a text on the Instagram
Yeah,
and we'll share it
we can
across.
share it definitely. So as earlier I just mentioned about the IRPPC check, that is Instrument Rating and Pilot Proficiency check, which we pilots have to undergo every 6 months. So I was just there was the procedures which were given to me for that, the smoke procedure. So what happens is a lot of people ask me, how do you prepare for a sim? So I was like, I would not prepare for a sim, rather I would prepare for a flight, because simulator is something which is there to test how are you able to handle the situation in the actual flight if it is encountered. So it is more important to be ready and to be prepared to handle those abnormal procedures if it is encountered in flight. So we should always be prepared. It should not be like every 6 months it comes, so that's why we should be prepared. But if you are prepared every time, anytime, so simulator is just okay. It's just a matter of testing and as a regulatory requirement, because they want to know if you are ready for it or not, if it happens in the flight, right? So yes, that's how it is. And yes, the instructors were happy about the performance.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, the first officer who was flying with me in the sim, he was like, are you a trainer? I said, no, not yet.
Not yet, but soon.
Let's see.
And then you'll train the JFOs.
Yes, JFOs or trainee captains.
Yes, I think we discussed pretty much our day-to-day schedules and the roster, which is a very hot topic for all the aspiring pilots. So we'd like to share our roster, but we cannot. But we have just gave you a glimpse of how the pilot roster is. If you're an aspiring pilot and if this podcast has helped you to decide whether you want to become pilot or no, then yeah, if no, then like we have not sugarcoated anything. It's just a part of life. Like we get to celebrate festivals sometimes with our family, sometimes we do not. Sometimes we are at home during our weekend, sometimes we are not. So if you're, and sim checks, as Capt.Neha mentioned, that it's every 6 months and you have to study continuously as well. So if you're someone who think that this is the life you're looking forward to, would welcome you on board CNTAA for your DGCA ground school. We'll take care of your DGCA ground subjects and then guide you for flight training as well in India and abroad. So sign up on cntacourses.cntaaonline.in and we'll be happy to guide you towards the airline cockpit. Thank you for watching.
I hope you have got some insight of the pilot's life in detail from us, who are airline pilots. I've been flying for about a decade now in an airline, and I hope it has helped you to come to some conclusion and decide what you would want to do, if pilot or not. So thank you so much. If you have got even slightest of information and help to make a decision, we are really happy to know that. If yes, then please sign up and please subscribe to our channel, and we would look forward to seeing you on the other end. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.